So there's your 3 dots. Now please remember, these marks are not negative marks. They're just marks to show you where is 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are just marks to show you where the numbers are. If it's a negative number, the negative is written very clearly like that. Alright, so I've put in the 3 points. Now I have to use my ruler and join them. And that's a graph of y is equal to minus x plus 2. Alright, so this is the first time you get some homework. You're at home and you have to do homework. So what you must do now, you must go and redo this exercise. Straight lines, exercise 3. You got numbers 1, 2, 4. What you must do is redraw these graphs, because you must develop some speed and you must develop some confidence and you must be able to do it and get it right. So we're going to call this end of lesson 2. So what you can do now is relax for a while and then redo this exercise. Do all 4 examples one time. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you develop your speed and you develop your accuracy, and then we will move on to other examples in lesson 3. Alright, so go into the homework, enjoy that, get them all right, and then we'll move on to lesson 3. Alright, that's where we're going to end this session. Today we're doing straight line graphs, and we're going to call this lesson 3. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make you draw a graph showing all steps. So I'm going to tell you draw y is equal to x plus 2, full stop. So if I tell you draw y is equal to x plus 2, full stop, what you're going to do is step 1, find the ordered pairs. So the choice is yours. You'll say, well, let x equal to 0. Then y is equal to x plus 2, which will be 0 plus 2, and that's finally 2. So you'll get your first ordered pair 0, 2. Then you're going to find your next ordered pair. Let x equal to 1. So y is equal to x plus 2. So that will be 1 plus 2, which is 3. So your next ordered pair is 1, 3. And finally you will say, right, let x equal to 2. So y is equal to x plus 2, 2 plus 2, and that's 4. So your third ordered pair is 2, 4. Now, that was step 1. You found the ordered pairs, and now we're going to move over to the graph paper and plot these points. Alright, so let's see. Our first ordered pair is 0, 2. So there's your 0, and there's 2 here. So the first dot is going to go there. Right. There's your 2 here. So your first dot is here. Right. Now, the next one, 1, 3. So there's your 1, and then 3 up, so your dot will go there. So 1, the ordered pair is 1, 3. See, it's 1, 3. So there's your 1, up 3, and place a dot there. So 1, and another dot there. Next ordered pair, 2, 4. 2, 4. There's your 2, and then up till 4. So your dot will go there, or your point will go there. So 2, 4, 2, straight up to 4. So there's your point there. And then you're going to join them use a ruler, join them and draw the straight line. Okay, so here's our ruler and we just join them up. Right. Here we are. Graph is drawn and label it y is equal to x plus 2. Right. So if you draw it accurately, you can see some interesting things happening now. And you must observe when you're doing maths. You see, if you draw it accurately, it'll go through 2 there and go exactly through minus 2 here. Right? Later on, you're going to discover why these kinds of things happen. But if you have drawn it accurately, it'll go through 2 there and go through minus 2 here. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you just 2 examples like this, where I want you to do it from start to finish. Find the ordered pairs and then draw the graph. Okay. Here's exercise 4 on straight lines. Draw y is equal to x plus 1. Draw y is equal to x minus 2. So remember, you'll have to first find the ordered pairs yourself. Find the ordered pairs, then plot them, and then draw the graph. Alright. There you are. Try it. Make sure you switch off the DVD at this stage. Stop DVD. Do the exercise. And then come back for marking. Alright. So now, if you let x equal to 0, then your first ordered pair is 0 and 1. Right. Now, I'm not going to do all the working. No, hold on. You might get worried. Let me do all the work. Doesn't matter. So let x equal to 0. So y is equal to x plus 1. 0 plus 1. Y is 1. So what's your first ordered pair? Your first ordered pair is 0, 1. Then let x equal to 1. So y is equal to x plus 1. So it will be 1 plus 1, 2. So your second ordered pair is x is 1, y is 2. Alright, and then number 3, let x equal to 2. I hope you can see this. X is equal to 2. So let me just write the final answer here now for this ordered pair. If you put 2, it will be 2 plus 1. So x is 2. And y will be 2 plus 1, which is 3. Okay, so that's your third ordered pair. 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Then we go across and we plot it. Right, let's see. So the first one is 0, 1. There's 0, there's 1. Find 0. Don't put a dot or anything there, just find it. You found 0 and then 1. Move up 1 and put the dot there. So your first dot is there. Next, the ordered pair is 1, 2. Find 1, then go up 2 and put your dot there. So 1, 2, there's your dot there. And finally, 2, 3. There's your 2. And then after that, go up 3, there's it there, and place your dot there. So there's 2, then just go up to 3 and place your dot there. So you've got your dots or your points, and then use your ruler and join these points, and you find that it forms a straight line. And once again, label them. This is y is equal to x plus 1. And if you've drawn it properly, then you'll see it goes through 1 there, and it goes through minus 1 here. It goes through exactly there. Right, let's mark number 2. Right, number 2. So number 2 was x minus 2. So let's mark number 2. Let's mark number 2, right. Number 2, y is equal to x minus 2. So if x is 0, then y is equal to x minus 2. That is 0 minus 2. That gives you minus 2. So your first ordered pair is 0 minus 2. Let x equal to 1. Y is equal to x minus 2. That will be 1 minus 2. And now be careful, 1 minus 2, use your calculator to help you, will give you minus 1. So your second ordered pair is 1 minus 1. And finally, third one, if x is 2, then y is equal to x minus 2. So that will be 2 minus 2, and that will give you 0. So that's interesting. So your last ordered pair is 2 and 0. Okay, so you're going to plot these points. Right, let's plot them, and let's use a different color so that things are clear to us. Alright, your first ordered pair is 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2. Find 0 and then go down to minus 2. Right, so there it is there. Next ordered pair, 1 minus 1. So first find 1, there's 1. And then minus 1 means go down 1 unit till you reach minus 1. So your next dot is there. And finally, 2, 0. So find 2, there's 2. And then 0. 0 means don't move up, don't move down. So 2, 0 means the dot will go right on top of 2. There it is. And then take your ruler, join the points, and you'll see it forms a straight line. So there we are. Join the points and label it y is equal to x minus 2. Alright, so there we are. We have drawn two graphs. We found the ordered pairs and then did that. Now, remember this DVD is about the basics. So I'm not going to do very complicated examples. I just want you to get the idea on how things are done, and then you can move on to more difficult examples. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you two more examples to do, right? And you will draw them. You'll do the full working and draw them. Two more. Alright? So I'm going to still call it exercise 4. I'm going to call the next two number 3 and number 4. Alright. Let's roll on to number 3 and 4. Alright, so here are your two more examples. So straight lines, exercise 4, number 3. Y is equal to minus x plus 4. Y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. Now, I'm going to introduce one new word in this lesson now. You see, all these equations we're giving you, they all start with plus y is equal to. Plus y is equal to. So we say that these equations are given to you in what we call in maths, given to you in standard form. These equations are being supplied to you in standard form. In standard form means y is equal to something. Y is equal to something. So to make your life easy, so far, every equation that we gave you, we gave it to you in standard form. So in our next lesson, we're going to learn to deal with equations which are not in standard form. Alright, so here are two equations which are in standard form. All you've got to do is substitute, find the ordered pairs, and draw the graph. Alright, go and complete number 3 and number 4. Number 3 is actually y is equal to minus x plus 3. And number 4 is y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. Alright, now go and find the ordered pair for each one and then draw the graph. Great. Right, so here's number 3, y is equal to minus x plus 3. If x is 0, then y is equal to minus x plus 3. That will be minus into 0 plus 3. That is 0 plus 3. You see, minus 1 times 0 is 0. Right? 0 times any number is 0. Final answer is 3. So your first ordered pair is 0, 3. Right, let's do the next one. X is equal to 1. Right. Now, there's a reason why we keep making you find 3 ordered pairs. You've got to find 3 ordered pairs to be sure that you didn't make a mistake in your working. If you find only 2 ordered pairs, you could have made a mistake in your working and you won't know. So when you find 3 and you plot them and you join them and they are in a straight line, you know that your working is correct and there's no problems, no mistakes. So y is equal to minus x plus 3. Y is equal to minus into 1 plus 3. That's minus 1 plus 3. Minus 1 plus 3 is 2. So your second ordered pair is 1 and 2. And finally, if x is 2, then y is equal to, right, y is equal to minus x plus 3. That's minus into something plus 3. Now that's x is 2, so we put in 2 there. That's minus 2 plus 3. Final answer is 1. So your last ordered pair is actually x is 2 and the y we worked out is 1. So let's have a look at the ordered pairs here. 0, 3, 1, 2 and 2 minus 1. Alright, let's make that a little neater. There, that's better. Right, we got our 3 ordered pairs and we want to plot them. Right, let's go. First ordered pair is 0, 3. So there's 0, there's 3, dot goes there. Next ordered pair, 1, 2. There's your 1, there's your 2. 1, 2, done. Third ordered pair, 2, 1. There's your 2 and there's 1. So 2 and then you go up 1. So it's there. Now, like I told you before, be careful. This graph's going down, right? And this is a little mark showing 1. Okay. So there's your 3 dots there, or 3 points. Join them, and you get your line. So y is equal to, there you are. Y is equal to minus x plus 3. Okay, we finished with that one. Right, now we're going to mark number 4. Alright, let me just find another black pen. Minus 2x plus 4. If x is 0, then y is equal to minus 2 into x plus 4. Now x is 0. So that minus 2 times 0 is 0, plus 4, that's 4. So your first ordered pair is 0 and 4. Right. Let's move on to the next one. If x is 1, then y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. So that's minus 2 times 1 plus 4. That's minus 2 plus 4. Minus 2 plus 4 will give you minus 2. So your second ordered pair is 1, 1, and your y was minus 2. Right. Let's do number 3. X is equal to. Alright, let's have some fun. Let's say x is minus 1. Let's say x is minus 1. Because I have a right to choose any number I like. So, y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. That gives you minus 2 into something plus 4. So that's minus 1. Right. Now, minus 2 times minus 1 gives you plus 2. Minus 2 times minus 1 gives you plus 2. Plus 4, and the final answer is 6. So your third ordered pair is actually minus 1 and 6. So there's your third ordered pair, minus 1 and 6. Right, let's go and plot them. Okay, let's do this graph in red. First one, 0, 4. There's your 0, there's your 4. So put it up there. Next one, 1 minus 2. So there's your 1, and there's minus 2 down here. So 1 minus 2 down there. And your third ordered pair is minus 1, 6. There's minus 1, and there's 6 right on top. There's minus 1, and there's 6 right on top. So minus 1, 6. So there's your dots, 1, 2, and there's another one here. Right, take your ruler, place it there, and join them. Now, when you place them, you see, there's a problem. 1, 2, see this third one is not lining up. So you know that you made a mistake with your calculations. So this point is not lining up. So you go and check it. You look for your work. Right. So there's minus 1. Right? You go back and check. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Right. So that's correct. The question is correct. That working is correct. Now minus 2 times 1 is minus 2 plus 4. That is correct. So up till here all our working is correct. But minus 2 plus 4 is not minus 2. It is plus 2. So that's where the mistake was. And therefore this is plus 2. So you see, even I make mistakes, and it's no problem. We all make mistakes. Go back, check your work, and correct it. So this point is 1, 2. So that's not the point. We take it out. Right? And there's a saying in life that you learn from your mistakes. So from that mistake, we learned to go back, check your work, and then come and correct it. So the ordered pair is actually 1, 2. So there's 1 and there's 2. 1 and then 2 up. So now you take your ruler, put it there. It should give you a straight line, and it does. And so you know it's right, and you draw it. And well, you're very happy you got your straight line, and that's y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. Alright, so there's a very interesting thing happening. As you do maths or anything in life, if you're doing anything, you should always be observant. So, you should be quite excited about this example. When you drew that, there it goes there, and then you drew that. And now you find these two lines are intersecting here. So they're intersecting at the point 1, 2. So that's an observation that you have made in this example over here, that these two lines intersect each other at the point 1, 2. Remember, I have to say 1, 2, because x must be set first, then y. So these two lines are actually intersecting at the point 1, 2, this point here. Right, so that's a nice little observation to make in this particular example. Alright, so I think you've done enough examples now on how to draw straight line graphs using ordered pairs, provided that the equations are given to you in standard form, right? So in the next lesson, which we're going to call, I think, lesson 4, we're going to give you graphs which are not in standard form, and you're going to learn how to bring them to standard form and then do the graphs. All right, so let's move on. And what you should do now, you should end your learning at this stage, take a little break, either for half an hour or 15 minutes, and then come back to learn the next. Hello, welcome back. We're doing lesson 4, straight line graphs. Now first, let me give you a little problem. You see, if I tell you draw the graph of x plus y is equal to 4. Then you'll tell me, no, I've got a problem with this because I don't know how to draw this, because you used to always give me y is equal to something, y is equal to something, y is equal to something. And now here, I don't see y is equal to something. So you are quite right. So we're going to learn some new words now. If you take x plus y equal to 4, then we say that this equation is not in standard form. Then we say this equation is not in standard form because it doesn't say y is equal to something. So we have to learn how to bring equations to standard form. So this equation is not in standard form. So what do? Well, we take the equation x plus y is equal to 4. And to bring an equation to standard form, all you do is use the rules of equations. Use rules of equations, that's all. So the rules of equations are that if you transpose, plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, and in the end you must end up with positive y is equal to. So let's see, how do I bring this to standard form? Right now this is not in standard form. To bring this to standard form, I must use rules of equations. So all I will do is I will leave the plus y here, I will leave the 4 there, and I will take the x across. Now if I take plus x, well, the plus is understood. If I take plus across that side, plus x, it will become minus x. So I don't have to write the plus, I can just say y is equal to. Now, you see, you can use it like that. You can say y is equal to 4 minus x, or you can say y is equal to, I can write that x in the front now. If I write the x in the front, the minus goes with it, you see, because the term is minus x. So I can use it just like that, or I can say minus x plus 4. So now this equation is in standard form. So we have brought x plus y. We have brought that equation there, which was not in standard form, into standard form. See? So what is the meaning of standard form? You must end up. So what is the meaning of standard form? It means you must end up plus y is equal to something, 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 something. That is what standard form is. Right? So you must end up with plus y equal to, and this side you can have anything on this side, it doesn't matter. But on this side you must end up with plus y. Well, you see that plus is understood. So therefore it means you must end up with y is equal to something. On that side you can have plus and minus signs, it doesn't matter. But on this side you must end up with plus y is equal to. Alright, so let's do a few examples on bringing equations to standard form, and we'll take it from there. To 7. You want to bring it to standard form. So, if that's my question and I want to bring it to standard form, I'll leave the y on this side. I don't have to write the plus, I can just leave the y here. But I'll take the 2x onto the other side. Now, if I take this, I can write it here in the front one time. Minus 2x comes here, and then I'll bring the plus 7 behind it, like that. So, it will be quick and easy, and we now have it in standard form. So, I'll repeat. You want to bring this equation to standard form. So, now in life we say, work smart, not hard. So if you're working smart, you'll say, right, write the y here. Now, let me transpose this first. So if I transpose this, plus 2x will become minus 2x. And then I'll bring the 7 down behind it, and then the whole thing is in standard form. Right, let's roll with number 2. Example 2. Number 2, y minus 2x is equal to 3. Right. So there's the y, it is in the right place, so leave the y there. Now take the minus 2 across. If you take the minus 2 across onto the other side of the equal to sign, minus 2x will become 2x. You see? The minus 2x becomes plus 2x. And then I'll bring the 3 down behind it. So when I bring the 3 down behind it, it becomes plus 3. Right, let's do another example. X minus 5 is equal to y. So, you'll say, whoa, whoa. Now in this example, that must come on this side. This and that must go on that side. So, let's do them one by one. There's the equal to sign here. That's in the middle. Now if I take the x there, it will become minus x. X goes there, becomes minus x. Rules of equation with transposing. Right, I finished with that. Now I take the minus 5. The minus 5 also has to be on that side. So if I take the minus 5 that side, it will become plus 5. Right, we finished with that. Now we're dealing with the y. Now if I take y and I bring it this side, it will become minus y. Now watch carefully, you got minus y. So this is not yet in standard form. It is not yet in standard form. You have to do a little bit more work. Now according to the rules of equation, if you got minus y is equal to minus x plus 5, you got two choices. You can multiply by minus 1. Let's write it in full. You can multiply by minus 1 throughout. So let's try this one. So if I multiply by minus 1 throughout, minus 1 times y will give me plus y. Minus 1 times x will give me plus x. Minus 1 times 5 will give me minus 5. And it is now in standard form. So if I got a minus y like this, I have two choices. I can multiply by minus 1 throughout, or if you got minus y is equal to minus x plus 5, if you got this here, right? And you say, no, I like to divide by minus 1 throughout. That's your next choice. You're dividing by minus 1 throughout. You're allowed to do that. So you're allowed to do that. So what we're saying in the second choice, you're dividing by minus 1. So minus divided by minus will give you plus. There's your plus. Minus divided by minus gives you plus. Plus divided by minus gives you minus. 5 divided by 1 is 5. You still get the same answer. Y is equal to x minus 5. So that's how you bring things to standard form. I'm going to do a few more examples and then I will give you an exercise where you will have to bring straight line equations to standard form. Alright, let's have a look at number 4. So you got 6x minus 3y is equal to 12. So you're going to say, right, let me leave the y on this side. If I leave it on this side, it will be minus 3y. That's what it is. It is minus 3y, it is still on this side. There it is, minus 3y. Now so I finished with that. Now let me take the 6 on that side, it will become minus 6x. Right? So we finished with that. And then let me bring the 12 down, so it will be plus 12, because I just brought it down. Remember, we're using the rules of equations here, and if you don't know the rules of equations, go back and look at the DVD on equations and revise the rules of equations. Right, but now this is not yet in standard form, because you got minus 3. We're looking for y is equal to. So what you're going to do? You're going to divide by minus 3. Now, it's better to divide each one by minus 3 here and divide that one by minus 3. So, this will give you minus 3 divided by minus 3 gives you plus. So, it's y. Minus divided by minus gives you plus. I don't have to write the plus. 3 divided into 3 one time. I don't have to write the 1. So, y is equal to. Alright, let me write it in case you. Minus divided by minus is plus. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Right, you got 1y is equal to now. Minus divided by minus gives you plus. 6 divided by 3 gives you 2. You got your 2x. Now plus divided by minus gives you minus. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now this part I can just write it as y. Y is equal to 2x minus 4. I don't have to write that plus sign down here. I don't have to write that one, because those two are understood. So now this is it's in standard form. So, you will be given equations that need to be brought to standard form. Alright, I think you're now ready to do a little exercise, and I'll do a little application on straight line graphs where you'll have to bring them to standard form. Now you see, once it's in standard form, you know you can find the ordered pairs and draw the graph. You see? But you couldn't find the ordered pairs there. But once it's like this now, you can find the ordered pairs and draw the graph. Alright. So let's get ready for an exercise on straight line graphs, bringing the equations to standard form. Okay, so here's a little exercise where you have to bring the equations into standard form. Alright, number 1, x plus y is equal to 3. Number 2, x minus y is equal to 5. Number 3, 5x plus y is equal to 3. Number 4, 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. And number 5, 5x minus 2y is equal to 10. Alright, so what you must do now? You must stop DVD and do exercise, and then come back, and then I will mark them and show you what the correct answers are. Alright. Great, go and do exercise 5. Alright, so here are your solutions to straight line graphs, exercise 5. Alright, so number 1 was x plus y is equal to 3. So, no problem, you leave the y here, you take the x across, it becomes minus x, and then you just bring down the 3, it is plus 3. That's the end of number 1. Let's try number 2. X minus y is equal to 5. Right, so we leave the y here, but remember the y is not just y, it is minus y. So what remains behind is minus y. Take the x across, it becomes minus x, and bring down the 5, it's plus 1. Now it's not yet in standard form, so what you have to do, you're going to now multiply by minus 1. You're going to multiply by minus 1. So minus 1 times y will give you plus y. Minus 1 times x, times minus x will give you plus x. Minus 1 times plus 5 will give you minus 5. So in standard form, the answer is y is equal to x minus 5. Alright, now we're going to move on to number 3. Right, number 3. This number 3, 5x plus y is equal to 3. So you leave the y here. 5x, if it goes across, will become minus 5x. And then just bring down the 3. And that's finished because it is positive here. So that's your answer for number 3. Then we had number 4. Number 4 was 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. Right, so leave this on this side. So what's left behind here is 3y. Right, even if I don't have to write the plus. Now I take the 2x across, it becomes minus 2x. And then I bring down the 6. Now we're going to divide by 3. So if I divide this by 3, alright, let me just show it. Divide this by 3, divide that by 3, divide that by 3. This 3 divided by 3 gives you 1, so y is equal to. Now you've got minus 2x over 3. You cannot simplify that anymore, so you just leave it like that. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a whole number every time. You can get fractions. So you've got minus 2x over 3. That will remain just like that. But this one, 6 divided by 3 will give you 2. So that's your final answer for number 4. And then we have number 5. Right, let's look at number 5. You have 5x minus 2y is equal to 10. Okay, so leave this as it is. So this is minus 2y. Okay, take the 5x across, you'll get minus 5x. Right, and then just bring down the 10. Then when you have a look here, you realize, oh, I've got to divide by minus 2. You see, it's minus. So I divide by minus 2, divide by minus 2, divide by minus 2. Now watch. Minus divided by minus gives you plus. That's fine, y is equal to. Now minus divided by minus gives me plus. So I can write plus here if I like. And you're left with 5 over 2. 5x over 2. You see the minus divided by minus gave me plus. 5 over 2, I have to leave it like that. Now, plus divided by minus will give you minus. And 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. So there's your final answer. In standard form, y is equal to plus 5x over 2 minus 5. Alright, so that brings us to the end of solutions for exercise 5. And what we're going to do now, we'll move on to lesson 5, where in lesson 5, we'll give you an equation which is not in standard form, and then you will have to draw the graph of that equation. Alright, so this brings us to the end of lesson. Right, now, so we have to do this example here. Draw the graph of 4x plus 2y is equal to 2. So when you look at this equation, you straight away realize it is not in standard form. So nobody's going to tell you, you have to know that you must bring it to standard form. Nobody's going to tell you that. So you'll try to bring it to standard form. So you'll say 2y is equal to minus 4x, you see, minus 4x plus 2. Y, well, there's 2y, I'm going to divide by 2, divide that by 2, and divide that by 2. So this gives you y is equal to, minus divided by plus will give you minus, 4 divided by 2 is 2, minus 2x plus 1. So that equation there is really y is equal to minus 2x plus 1. And then what you have to do now, you have to find the ordered pairs. Right, now when x is 0, y will be minus 2 times 0 plus 1. So that's 0 plus 1, that's 1. So your first ordered pair is 0 and 1. Okay, now let x be 1. So just draw a little line here to separate the work so that you don't get confused. Now x is 1, then y is equal to minus 2 times something. Let's do it step by step. There's your question. That's your question, right? So y is equal to minus 2x. Right, what is 1? X now. X is 1, so put the 1 in there. So y is minus 2 plus 1. And that gives you minus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 gives you minus 1. Alright, so we've got our second ordered pair, which is 1 and minus 1. Now we just want to make sure and find the third ordered pair. I'm going to work it out over there so that we don't make a mistake. So for the third ordered pair, let x equal to 1. Now we got 1. So let x equal to 2. So x is 2. Y is equal to minus 2x plus 1. So that's minus 2 times that. Now y, x is 2. You see, we're putting that 2 in. So that's minus 4 plus 1, that's minus 3. So your third ordered pair is 2 minus 3. So we've got our ordered pairs. 0, 1, 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2. So let's see what we did so far. We were given this question and then we realized that it is not in standard form. We applied the rules of equation and we brought it to standard form. Once we brought it to standard form, we then went and found 3 ordered pairs and we are now ready to draw the graph. Alright, so let's draw the graph. Alright, so what I've done now, I've just written down the 3 ordered pairs which we calculated, we have found it, and we want to draw the graph. Now, what we're going to do now is, you are pretty used to the graph paper by now, so I'm going to draw a graph paper here like this. I'll just draw a graph page here. There's your 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, you're going to use graph paper, but there's your minus 1, there's your minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. But you've got to train yourself to go away from